enjoyed our talk so much last time. I really wanted to speak again with you. So,
oh, nice. Okay.
Are you ready to delve into your psyche and art?
Of course, absolutely. I'm not sure what we'll find there, but go ahead.
Okay, let's go for it. As long as we're willing.
Okay. That's right,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in your poem that you read for us last time, Bad Manners, you said, "A poet said to me, all you can do is write it again and again until honor turns some of this around." This line very much intrigued me, and I was wondering, who was this poet? Who said this to you?
It was Jalil Marbrook, who is a favorite of mine. I was very down. I was very down about writing. It didn't seem to matter. My work didn't matter. The work of other poets didn't seem to matter. And I suggested to Jalil in an email that that war and starvation and the enslavement of the world had taken all the enthusiasm over the entire planet and took all the attention off of the things that were going on, and was no longer interested in what poets had to say or what the international community of writers had to say about how wrong those things were. And it was making me feel really, really down. And he wrote me this beautiful note about why we write, about the reasons that we write. And one of the things that he wrote was, all you can do is write it again and again until honor turns some of this around. And I liked it so much that I put it in a page in my journal so that every time I opened the journal to begin writing, I would see that and realize that things do matter, and that all you can do is just keep writing until honor turns some of it around.
And so that's a huge question. Do you think that honor actually exists in this world? Does it live and breathe these days?
This is hard. This is hard for me to say. I don't see honor being an influence in most of our everyday activities, Judy. That is to say, it appears to me that honor is an exception to the general rule of behavior. All the forces that govern the planet have lied and pillaged and plundered the citizens so thoroughly that now the citizens lie, pillage, and plunder each other because it seems like the way to survive. And there is judgment where there ought to be acceptance. There is inequality where there ought to be justice. If you can find a place where people are not blowing each other up, good. But where people aren't using actual explosives to blow each other up, they're abusing each other by abandoning their families, and they're ignoring the needs of their neighbors and walking away from their friends. There's fear and intimidation in the workplace. And I'm not really talking about people who are strangers to each other. I'm talking about family and friends and neighbors. If we can't be at least those things to each other, friend, neighbor, mother, daughter, what kind of peace can we accept or honor in this world? That sounds very negative. I know it does. And having said all that, I think there are honorable people out there.
That's the question. I know you are an honorable person. You work to keep yourself attached to that goal. I certainly try to be honorable. And it can be very overwhelming when honorable people are not linked together, and we crave some kind of role model. I'd like to ask you,
yes,
who do you consider your heroes, your heroines, people of honor, people who inspire you?
Well, to begin with, you're absolutely an honorable person. I can see that by your work and by knowing you.
Thank you very much.
True. More attention needs to be paid to them, but they are there. Very close to home. My husband is an honorable man. My father-in-law and his wife are honorable. Further away, on the horizon, the Dalai Lama seems an honorable man. Rabbi David J. Foreman from the Rabbis for Human Rights. He seems to be a person of honor. Shirin Ebadin, who won the 2003 Nobel Peace Prize for her work working on women's rights in Iran, she seems a person of honor to me. There's a poet, Ilya Kaminsky, who founded Poets for Peace, who seems an honorable person. Sharon Olds, C.K. Williams are poets who belong to that. And of course, my dear friend and mentor, Larry Kramer, was an honorable man.